Hi kids, I would like to try to do this art project again. Now if you've already done it, that's okay. If you have your paper and you don't have any paper left over and you just want to stop, that's fine too. But if you still have some colored paper left from distribution day, we're going to make something called a bullseye. This is a art project that is based upon the mapping skills that we have been learning the entire month of September. So what we're going to use is the colored papers from the distribution day bag. Hopefully you still have some. If you don't, please don't feel bad and just turn the video off and you are excused from this activity. So what we're going to do is we're going to make little circles on each of these colored papers. They have to be different sizes. So I'm going to take my red one and I'm going to draw a circle, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It's going to be about the size of my fist. I'm going to draw it in the corner so that I don't waste too much paper. I've already made a little one with pencil, just so you know. Now, my circle, is it perfect? Nope, it's not perfect. Now I'm going to cut it out. This first circle is going to represent my home. It looks kind of like an oval or an egg shape, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not going to get stressed about it being perfect. If I was in room 18 in the classroom, I might try to make it a little more perfect, but I just don't have that ability right now. So I'm going to take my blue color next, and I did tracing a little bit of a bigger circle. This time I used my palm as a size idea, and now I'm going to trace my pencil. See, again, it's not a perfect circle. Ms. Bauer is not drawing perfect circles, and that's perfectly okay. All right, now I'm going to cut that one out. So now I have a red one and a blue one. Okay, I'm going to go for green next. And again, I traced a bigger circle. I want it to be a little bit bigger than my blue. So I'm going to take my pencil and trace it. I'm going to actually try to make this one a little bit bigger because it has to be bigger than my blue circle, because we're making a bullseye that gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So again, I didn't make a perfect circle. One thing you could do is at home, if you have different size cups, you could turn the cup upside down and trace the circle from there. Okay, so I am going to just make sure that the green one is a little bit bigger. So now it's looking like this. Next I'm going to use my yellow one, and this time I'm just going to take my green circle, going to put it down on my desk, and I'm going to make sure that it's bigger than my green one and almost a circle shape. So it's not neat, it's not perfect. Now I'm going to trace it with my black marker. Kind of reminds me of the moon. Then I'm going to cut that one out. I'm going very fast. I hope that you'll go slower, because when you go too fast, you usually end up making mistakes. So I have all of these guys, and this one, does it work? Is it a little bit bigger than the green? Yeah. Okay, so it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay, I'm going to put my yellow paper aside now. I'm going to do even a bigger one, and I'm going to put this on top. And I'm going to need to trace it. I don't want to waste paper, so I'm trying to do it in the corner. Needs to be bigger than the yellow one. Okay, now I'll use my black and I'll trace it. Looks kind of like a pancake actually. So I'm going to cut that one out. Okay, I'm going to put all of the other spheres on top of my brown sphere, and then I have one more sphere to cut, and I'm going to probably be using most of my white paper. So I am going to put it closer to the middle. I'm going to turn this over because I have some lines that I drew already, and I think they're going to confuse me. So what I'm doing here, actually I'm going to take all these other guys away because they're going to probably fall on the floor. And I'm going to just trace something that's bigger than the brown. It's not perfect. Now, if you want yours to be perfect, I would recommend asking your family members if you have any bowls or cups in the kitchen that you could borrow to trace. They all just need to be different sizes. Okay, so this is going to be the last circle that I cut, or sphere, because it really isn't a circle. And I'm going to cut it out quickly. I've been cutting for probably 40 years, probably 50 years, and I can cut pretty well. I don't expect 7 and 8 year olds to be able to cut as quickly as me, so please take your time. Okay, so now I have my black paper, and I'm going to put all of these on top of my black paper. So I think what I'll do is I'll take my black, I'm going to put glue stick on my white, I'm going to put that on top of the black. Okay, next was my pancake shape. Put glue stick on top of that. And put that on top of the white one. Then my other shape that comes next is yellow. Gonna glue that on. And if at home you have different colors, that is perfectly fine. It does not matter what colors you use. We're making a bullseye, so you just want to make sure that you have different size circles, and when you put them all together, you're gluing them on so that the biggest one is on the bottom, and then you gradually glue on the next size up. So I'm gluing my green one on top of my yellow. I have blue next. Mine really look almost like planets or eggs or something. Pancakes. They don't look like circles. And that's my blue one. And then I have my last red one that I'm going to glue on. So the bullseye is a target, and we're doing this in our mapping exercises. So what the bullseye stands for is our home. So in the red one, I'm going to draw a home, and I'm going to write H-O-M-E. That's my home. That's my target. That is the thing that's closest to me. The one in the blue, that's where you live. That's called your neighborhood. So I'm going to write neighborhood on the blue. So I have my home, and in my home, I live in a neighborhood. And I go to a school in San Mateo, and my neighborhood is in the city of San Mateo. So I'm going to write City, San Mateo. I live in a city and it's called San Mateo. After that, I live in the state. The state that I live in and that we all live in is called California. The state is California. That is a bigger circle because it's a much bigger place. So this is my little home where I live with my family. And then this is a little bit bigger. This is the neighborhood where my home is. My neighborhood is in the city of San Mateo, so I'm getting bigger. San Mateo is bigger than my neighborhood. San Mateo is just one city in this really large state that we live in called California. And next, our state of California is in the country called the USA. I'm going to write the word country down here because my little brown piece is not that much bigger than my yellow. So I wrote down below, I wrote the word country. You can write it anywhere you want. And we live in the country of the USA, or the United States of America. And on the white section, we live on the continent of North America. And that is our continent. Now we have studied all of these different things in the month of September. And now you have a decorative bullseye design to keep at home in your workstation to remind you about all the mapping ideas that we learned and just to have a little bit of fun. I hope that this was not a frustrating project for you. I hope that it was kind of fun. And remember that you can do it at home. You can use different colors, or if you just feel like it's too frustrating and you don't want to do it anymore, you don't have to do it. Okay? I just thought we might try something that's a little more interesting and fun. Thanks.